Hi there, I'm Migla from Oxylabs, and I'm here to help you understand the key differences between web scraping and web crawling. If you work with online data, you've probably noticed these two terms often being confused and thrown around as if they mean the same thing. And surprise, surprise, they don't. In fact, each serves a very different purpose in the data gathering process. One of the simplest ways to remember it is this. Scraping is about what's on a page, while crawling is about finding those pages in the first place. But let's not get ahead of ourselves and break it down step by step. What's crawling, what's scraping, how they work together, and what really separates them. Web crawling refers to collecting data from the web, usually in large quantities. It's typically done using a crawler agent, also known as a spider bot. And the spider name is quite intentional here. Just like a spider moves across the web, a crawler moves across the internet by following links from one page to another. A crawler goes online looking for two things: the data you're searching for and more targets to crawl. For example, it might start at a predefined website, discover product pages, and identify information like, let's say, product price, title, or description. But at that point, it hasn't extracted any specific data yet. It has only gathered and discovered pages. The moment that information has to be selected and downloaded is where we turn to scraping. So what is web scraping? Web scraping means taking publicly available online data and importing that information into a local file on your computer. In most cases, you already know what you're looking for, so that's what you select and extract. The way it works is a scraper accesses a web page, retrieves the full page content, including any elements loaded via JavaScript, and then parses that content to extract the information you need. In other words, scraping is much more targeted. It pulls only the valuable pieces from those map pages you crawled earlier. As you can see, these go hand in hand. In fact, they do sound familiar. So here's a quick side-by-side look at the key differences, starting with the main distinction, the purpose. Once again, crawling is about discovering and indexing pages, while scraping is about extracting specific data from those pages. The scope is different too. Crawling is broad and follows links and maps out entire websites or even multiple sites. And scraping is more targeted. It focuses on specific URLs or even a single page. Their outputs also differ. Crawling typically results in a list of URLs or collected page content. Scraping produces structured data like JSON, CSV files, or entries in a database. Even the speed can vary. Crawling can be slower since it has to traverse links and discover content as it goes, while scraping is usually faster because it targets known pages. And in terms of practical use cases, you might use crawling to go through an entire website and index all products, and scraping to pull exact data like product prices from a specific page. One more important thing to note. Crawling is usually automated and performed at scale, often needing the duplication to avoid collecting the same content over and over again. But scraping can actually be done manually sometimes, especially when working with smaller datasets. Why should all of this matter to you? Well, because data-driven companies outperform their competitors. Simple as that. And the way they get there is by using data the smart way. Scraping allows you to pull things like competitor pricing, product details, or SEO insights, so you can make better informed decisions. Crawling, on the other hand, ensures you're not missing any valuable public data. When you put the two together, you saved yourself some time and resources on daily essentials like tracking markets, monitoring competitors, and improving business strategies. And to make it even easier, our Web Scraper API takes care of the whole process for you. It retrieves full page content and covers JavaScript rendering, so all dynamic elements are included. It also bypasses anti-scraping systems and delivers clean, ready-to-analyze data. Check it out if you like. So to recap, web crawling is about discovering pages and navigating through links, while web scraping is about extracting the exact data you need from those pages. They're different processes, but they usually work together. If you want to step up your data collection game, head to the Oxylabs blog, linked below. We share practical guidance from our experts, the same team behind our web scraping tools, APIs, and proxy solutions designed to help you gather public data at scale. In case you have any questions, you can always reach out to us directly at support@oxylabs.io. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more content like this. See you in the next video!